news update from Western Mass News.
Good morning, I'm Amanda Callahan. Here's your latest news update from Western Mass News. One person is dead after a pedestrian crash in Springfield. That crash happened around 3:40 p.m. yesterday in the area of Dwight and Congress Streets. Police say the man who was hit was taken to Bay State Medical Center, where he died from his injuries. The driver did remain on scene, and the Springfield Police Traffic Unit is now investigating the incident. Also happening in Springfield, some residents on Savoy Avenue were evacuated from their home due to elevated carbon monoxide readings last night. According to Springfield fire officials, the source of the emission was their furnace and their carbon monoxide detector, which was able to alert the occupants. Eversource red tagged that unit, which means tenants are locked out until it can be serviced. No injuries were reported. The West Springfield Fire Department was called to a crash late last night. According to officials, a car crashed into a pole in the area of 538 Amistown Road after 10 p.m., knocking out power to area residents. Eversource responded to the scene to make repairs, and a portion of the road from Clarkfield to Mass Ave is still temporarily closed as of this morning, but no outages are being reported.
All right, good Thursday, everybody. Hopefully your day is off to a nice start. You know, we're tracking quite a storm that's going to be moving in. It's going to bring a lot of precipitation, and it just depends on where you are what the precipitation is going to be. In the valley, it's generally going to be rain, but a Hilltown snowstorm is on the way where you could pick up to over a foot of snow, especially in areas above about 1,000 feet. The valley, though, it's generally a rainstorm, an inch to maybe as much as an inch and a half, maybe even 2 inches of rainfall. And it moves in this evening after about 7 or 8 o'clock, and it will go through really tomorrow night. And on the back side of it, that's when Springfield could pick up some minor accumulations. Winds will gust about 30, 35 miles per hour. The areas you see shaded here in pink, this is where winter storm warnings are in effect. This is where you could see at least 6 inches of snowfall. It's the Hilltowns in Berkshire County, the area in purple, winter weather advisory for eastern and central parts of Franklin County. So we're thinking in the valley, not much. On the backside of it, we might get a minor accumulation, but snow totals go up dramatically with elevation. Some spots could come in over a foot by the time it is all said and done. The wind will be gusty as well. We'll dry it out as we head into the weekend. All right, everybody, that's your forecast. Have a great Thursday.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.